Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the arrival of our Prime Minister. This is a simulation. And many older Singaporeans remember the place as Sipaipur. It provided generations of Singaporeans with affordable healthcare and helped Singapore create one of the most successful healthcare systems in the world. Singapore's first police force was founded in 1820 with a skeleton crew of 12 men, while the Singapore Fire Brigade was established in 1888. The Fire Brigade was later renamed and merged with the Civil Defence Force to form the Singapore Civil Defence Force, SCDF. Together, the Singapore Police Force and SCDF form an integral part of the whole team and help to keep Singapore safe and secure. Post Office Savings Bank, POSB, was established in 1877 to provide low-cost banking services for the people of Singapore. Today, it continues to innovate and use digital platforms to engage with its customers, reflecting Singapore's transformation into a digital economy. Singapore Post Limited started out as a small mail office in colonial times. In the early days, the flying of a flag or firing of a gun would announce the arrival of a ship with mail from overseas. With the digitalization of its suite of postal services today, SingPost is helping to bring Singapore another step closer to becoming a smart nation. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise to express our appreciation for the participants of our Bicentennial. Ladies and gentlemen, the Parade Regimental Sergeant Major for National Day Parade 2019 is Master Warrant Officer David Ling Tawei, Master Chief, Clearance Diving Group, Naval Diving Unit.
Boris! Sade! Yo! Dula! Sanja! Ho! Boris! Lari kiri dan kanan! Cepat jauh! Lari!
This year, we commemorate the Singapore Bicentennial, 200 years since the Stamford Raffles first arrived on our shores. As we celebrate how far Singapore has come, we must not forget our shared commitment to building a strong and resilient Singapore through the 6 pillars of total defense: military, civil, economic, social, psychological, and the new digital defense. Marching in now from the rear of Padang are the contingents representing the social and economic sectors of our nation. Together, these civilian organizations and companies showcase how far Singapore has progressed, both socially and economically, over the years. Ladies and gentlemen, the parade commander, accompanied by the women, police, pipes, and drums, will now take over command of the parade from the parade regimental sergeant major. Marching in now are the 35 regimental colors, the 3 state colors, and Guard of Honor contingents. The colors are military flags that originated as a means of identification in battle. In the past, when colors were carried on active service, they stood as a rallying point and the scene of their last stand. Because of their importance, capturing an enemy's colors was considered a great honor, while losing one's colors was a severe humiliation. Hence, a group of soldiers the Colors Party was assigned to protect the colors whenever they were brought into battle. The significance of colors today is more symbolic in nature. They are the embodiment of an institution's history, honor, and tradition. The Colors Regimental Sergeant Major is 2nd Warrant Officer Nyo Kim Chu. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's gun salute will be executed by the soldiers from the 24th Battalion Singapore Artillery at Merlion Park. Watch as the M3G floating rafts operated by men from the 35th Battalion Singapore Combat Engineers moves into position for this year's gun salute. Guard of Honor contingents are proudly formed by the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, and the Singapore Police Force.
Kawalan, kombatan, ke dalam, lurus. Kawalan, kombatan, pandang ke depan, dan. Kawalan, kombatan, hormat, panji-panji, hormat, senjata. Baris, rusuk, senjata. Baris, senang diri.
The parade commander this evening is Lieutenant Colonel Ong Kok Cheng, Commanding Officer, 11th C4I Battalion. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as the parade pays its compliment to our Prime Minister, Mr. Lee Hsien Loong. This is a simulation.
Baris, sare, ya. Baris, hormat Perdana Menteri, hormat, senjata. Baris, rusuk, senjata.
Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong will now take his seat. Prime Minister Lee is Singapore's third Prime Minister. This is his 15th appearance at the National Day Parade as the country's Prime Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Baris, senang diri.
Next up, the combined drum band formed by the SAFS SNCC, together with the youths from the Association for Persons with Special Needs Tanglin School, will execute an exciting performance. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise to welcome our reviewing officer, Minister for Defense, Dr. Ng Eng Hen. Singapore Air Force will execute a spectacular bomb burst in a salute to the nation. And here they come! Ladies and gentlemen, our reviewing officer will now inspect the parade. As a mark of respect, the 25-pounder guns will fire in salute to the reviewing officer. This year, the gun salute is executed by the gunners from the 24th Battalion, Singapore Artillery, on board the M3G floating rafts operated by the 35th Battalion, Singapore Combat Engineers at Merlion Park. Come on, Singapore! Let's wave our flags to our reviewing officer!
Forward. Camber. Second. Luggage. Forward. Camber. Second. Luggage. Forward. Camber. Komalan, komandan. Data. Senjata. Komalan, komandan. Rusuh. Senjata.
Our minister will now take his seat.
It's a brand new day, a brand new story. I remember the way it used to be.
Watch as the men and women of the RSAF prepare their magnificent flying machines for this year's aerial display. First up, flying in from your right in a big formation is the RSAF's newly acquired A330 multi-role tanker transport aircraft, escorted by two F-15 SG Eagles. Up next, from your front, two of our state-of-the-art multi-role F-15 SG Eagles will perform a challenging aerial display, showcasing precision and team excellence. Get ready to witness this breathtaking shackle maneuver as they cross each other at close range. Presenting the shackle. With a vertical climb, signifying progress and prosperity for our nation. Above all, our home, our Singapore!
First, Sunday, go! Komalan, komandan, go! Yang lain, Jula, senjata! Baris akan berjalan keluar dalam masa cepat. Kawalan kehormatan dahulu. Kawalan kehormatan ke kanan. Yang lain, ke kiri dan ke kanan. Sing!
Back to the early 17th century. Today, colors are retained as symbols of tradition in modern armed forces to promote cohesion, esprit de corps, and instill a sense of pride and loyalty in the unit. Ladies and gentlemen, we now see the colors party forming up for the traditional march past, together with the 4 Guard of Honor contingents. A total of 38 marching contingents are featured in this evening's parade. Standing proudly behind them are the 6 contingents from the SAF and home team, 10 contingents from the uniform groups, 16 socio-economic organizations, and the combined band. Together, the contingents represent the country's commitment to the 6 pillars of total defense: military, civil, social, economic, digital, and psychological defense. Colors are awarded for achievement in the fields of combat, training, administration, efficiency, and service to the community. As a mark of respect, please rise as the Colors Party marches past you. Is the parade commander, Lieutenant Colonel Ong Kok Cheng. The 3 state colors are in the forefront, followed by the parade regimental Sergeant Major, Master Warrant Officer David Ling Ta Wei. Following behind are the 35 regimental colors, with the colors Regimental Sergeant Major, 2nd Warrant Officer Nyo Kim Chu. Army Guard of Honor contingent is next, formed by men from the 1st Commando Battalion. It is led by Major Benson Chow Hun Lian. Now to the Navy Guard of Honor contingent, formed by men from the Naval Diving Unit. This contingent is led by Major Kwa Wai Xiong Darrell. We now see the Republic of Singapore Air Force contingent, comprising men from the Air Power Generation Command. The 3rd Guard of Honor contingent is led by Major Chua Teng Hao. Finally, the 4th Guard of Honor contingent is the Singapore Police Force contingent. Forming the contingent are men from the Police Training Command of the Singapore Police Force, led by Deputy Superintendent of Police Lee Ting Wei. Marching towards you are our uniformed services from the SAF and home team. Leading the way is the Singapore Army contingent, led by Captain Shaman Pandian. And the Republic of Singapore Navy contingent, led by Military Expert 4, John Waiter. Next, we have the Republic of Singapore Air Force contingent, led by Military Expert 4, Gabriel Low. And the Singapore Police Force contingent, led by Assistant Superintendent of Police, Tang Wei Wei Nicholas. Keeping pace are the Singapore Civil Defence Force contingent, led by Captain Chia Wai Kim. And featured for the very first time in NDP is the SAF and home team volunteer contingent, led by Assistant Superintendent of Police, Volunteer Paul Xia Ching Sun. Next, we have the uniformed groups. Leading the National Cadet Corps is Cadet Lieutenant Kevin Gabriel Lee. And the National Police Cadet Corps led by Senior Cadet Inspector Liu Ziming. Behind them are Girl Guides Singapore led by young adult Luo Jiahui. And the Girls Brigade Singapore led by First Warrant Officer To Yi-ling. Next, the Boys Brigade in Singapore led by Senior Cadet Lieutenant Jonas Lo Kai-zi. And the Singapore Scout Association led by Venture Scout Richard Chin Ri-jae. The next two contingents are the National Cadet Corps Air and Sea, led by Cadet Lieutenant Jared Lo Hao-yuan, and the Singapore Red Cross, led by Senior Volunteer Officer Rochelle Sholahan. Finally, we have St. John Brigade, Singapore, led by Corps Staff Officer Grade 6 Chua Hu Kai, and the National Civil Defense Cadet Corps, led by Cadet Lieutenant Noor Amelia binti Mohammed Khalid. Social and economic groups are up next. Celebrating 50 years since its modernization seminar is the National Trades Union Congress led by Mr. Chen Baidao and the PAP-PCF led by Mr. Alex Yo Sheng Chai. They are followed by Semcorp Marine Limited led by Mr. Stephen Tang Peng Han and Keppel Group led by Mr. Adam Johan Iskandar. The third block of contingents comprises Singtel, led by Mr. Ko Chu Teng Terry, and PUB, Singapore's National Water Agency, led by Mr. Chin Wei Jie Edwin. Close behind them are OSIM International Private Limited, led by Mr. Samuel Cheng, and the People's Association Youth Movement, led by Ms. Chen Liaoyu Eileen. The fifth block of contingents comprise the Association of Small and Medium Enterprises, led by Mr. Terence Kock, and Wan Changi, led by Mr. Tun Jie Yao. They are followed by One Team Singapore, led by Mr. Christopher Chia K. Yong, and Kofu Group Limited, led by Mr. Chu Teng Chuan. We now see National Healthcare Group, led by Dr. Sim Chin Sing Evan, and PSA International Private Limited, led by Mr. Chan Cheng Teng. And the final two socio-economic contingents are Lee Ho Ti, led by Mr. Dean Ko Yu Yao, and Nanyang Polytechnic, led by Mr. Wong Po Seng. The marching band for the parade and ceremony is provided by the Combined Band. The band comprises members from the Singapore Armed Forces Band, Singapore Police Force Band, Singapore National Cadet Corps Command Band, and the National Police Cadet Corps Band, and is led by Band Conductor Military Expert 4, Ignatius Wong Kermin, and Drum Major Military Expert 2, Ronnie Kwek Woon Kiang. With its strong firepower and versatility, the Hunter is one of the most feared vehicles on the battlefield. Closely behind the Hunter are the Bionics armored fighting vehicles. Together, their high mobility, protection, and firepower allows them to dominate the front line. Next up is the versatile Bronco all-terrain tracked carrier. It comes in several variants to meet a range of operational demands and is designed to maneuver in different types of terrain. Our next vehicle is the Terex infantry carrier vehicle. The Terex allows our infantry troops to maneuver swiftly and safely across the battlefield. In the next packet are the new Belrex protected combat support vehicles. The Belrex provides better protection and stronger firepower for our soldiers. Behind the Belrex is the light strike vehicle Mark II from the Guards. In addition to its impressive mobility, it is equipped with anti-tank missiles and grenade launchers. Up next are our Army Intelligence Troopers. They deploy their unmanned aerial vehicles to collect information in the battlefield. From the artillery formation, we have the High Mobility Artillery Rocket System. Its GPS-guided rockets has a range of 70 kilometers. Next up is artillery's latest vehicle, the Safari Weapon Locating Radar. Equipped with the latest early warning technology, it protects the Army against artillery fire. Leading the combat engineers is the L2 Armored Engineer vehicle, capable of overcoming a variety of obstacles. Other assets include the L2 Armored Vehicle Launch Bridge, allowing heavy vehicles to cross wide gaps. Closely behind are the M3G float bridges, which ferry our forces across water bodies. Spot the new addition to the combat engineers, the Mobility Support System, which allows the crossing of our tracked and wheeled vehicles over soft ground. From the signals formation are the VSAT subscriber detachment. These vehicles facilitate communication between different units for the Army's various operations, such as humanitarian missions. Now leading the Combat Service Support Command, we have the new wheeled recovery vehicle with enhanced recovery capabilities. Next up are the new Ford F550 Combat Ambulance, which is equipped with advanced life support equipment. For the first time in NDP, we have the Aster 30 air defense system from the Republic of Singapore Air Force. This next generation system is more advanced, shoots further, and protects Singapore against aircraft and missiles. The Aster 30 leads the MP-Star radar and Spider air defense system to safeguard Singapore skies. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the second segment, showcasing our strength in action. Safeguarding our waters 24/7 is the Republic of Singapore Navy. Here comes the specialized marine craft, which is actually one of the smallest ships in the Navy. Making its debut appearance is the combatant craft medium deployed for maritime counterterrorism and maritime special operations. Deployed for counter-piracy operations overseas, such as in the Gulf of Aden, we have the Protector unmanned surface vessel. Next, the Scan Eagle UAV acquires enemy targets far over the horizon. Our frigates will then launch their Harpoon missiles to take out surface enemies. Targets in the air are no match for our surface-to-air Aster missiles, while underwater, our submarines fire torpedoes to strike their targets. Leading the next packet is Major Alan Lowe, a veteran of our humanitarian assistance and disaster relief deployments. Spot the water purification unit and the Lot 5 from the Singapore Army. Behind them are the SCDF Dart Urban Search and Rescue Vehicle, which has been deployed in various overseas peacekeeping operations. Rounding out this segment is our Mobile Column Sergeant Major, Master Warrant Officer Neo Moon Queen. Look out for the Mobile Column as it rolls down to the heartlands on the 10th of August. third segment is titled Securing Our Singapore, where we salute our security forces for keeping Singapore safe. Making a grand appearance on the motorcycles from the SAF and home team. Next are the Peacekeeper Protective Response Vehicles, which enhances our island defense operations. At the tail of the packet are vehicles from our CBRE engineers, capable of neutralizing any bomb threat. From the Singapore Police Force are the fast response and emergency response cars, which are first to react to any public security incident. Look out for the police tactical vehicle, which boasts greater versatility and protection for our policemen. Rounding up this segment are vehicles from the Singapore Civil Defence Force. In the lead is the 6th generation light fire attack vehicle, also known as the Red Rhino. Following behind are the unmanned firefighting machine and a series of robots that are able to detect and fight fire autonomously. Look out for the all-new Dart amphibious vehicle, which can be used for coastal firefighting and water rescues. Supporting them are the fire medical vehicles that combine both firefighting and medical capabilities. The final vehicle is the upgraded combined platform Ladder 60, used for operations involving high-rise buildings. With its upgraded capabilities, the SCDF protects and saves lives for a safer Singapore. Rounding up the mobile column are 39 of our Merdeka generation servicemen who have stepped forward in the early years of Singapore's independence to lay the foundations of our key national institutions. Their unwavering commitment to defense have kept Singapore safe and secure over the years. Ladies and gentlemen, our Merdeka generation, we salute them for their dedication and service to our nation. We will continue their spirit to defend our country. This is our strength, our Singapore!